Hello guys, welcome back. Welcome to another live stream. How is everyone doing? Welcome to another stream. Today, again Tuesday, it's educational content. So any topic that you guys would like to cover, feel free to ask. Hello Lar, how are you? Welcome back. Welcome back. Have you start trading again? So yeah, on Tuesdays, usually it's either any topic that you guys may want for me to talk about, or just follow up from the analysis that I usually do on Saturdays, right? So Saturdays I do my weekly analysis. And yeah, today, whatever it may be, it's a little bit of a shorter live stream, maybe 45 minutes. That's it. You haven't traded yet? Yes, you'll be back. Hi Marius, how are you, man? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, so here we are. Interesting day yesterday. Across the markets, basically overall. We had a few zones being broken, right? We had, even on dollar index, the low was slightly broken to the downside. We had euro breaking structure to the upside and then reversing. I actually got stopped out by the people at the higher high. We had the euro index as well that showed that we had good moves on the yen as well. So we had good moves all around yesterday, right? I was not exactly expecting that. I was indeed looking for the reversal on the euro, but I was actually expecting the price to kind of retest the highs again. Not exactly to do a full U-turn, but it is what it is. But yes, we had the break of the highs on euro index. We had the break of the lows on the dollar index. We had good moves as well on the yen pairs. We had the Dow Jones as well, kind of moving to the downside after taking the high from August, right? We have been discussing Dow Jones for the last few live streams. Yep, we covered it. So yeah, we talked about the possibility of the reversal still within the highs. I mentioned that I would have liked to see this demand zone, for example, being taken before that. That never occurred, and eventually had the turn. And then after we have the turn to the upside, we have a new demand zone in here, right? A new key level that needs to be broken if price actually wants to start showing indication that maybe wants to go down. If this demand is just respected again, maybe price just wants to keep going to the upside. So yeah, just keep an eye on it. Actually, the full webinar just about fake outs and how maybe how to look at them and how to trade them. And yes, one key point is exactly this, right? So anytime there's a break of a level of structure, anytime there is a break of maybe a key level of support resistance or whatever it may be, there's usually some kind of demand or supply level, a key level in there that is aligned with the break of that level. And if you actually are just patient enough to see if price when retests this level, if it holds, maybe that you can look for that long setup, or if it breaks, maybe you can start considering looking for the reversal, right? It's not the low, it's not these lows, for example, it's not these lows in here that matter, it's this level, right? Because more often than not, and I have one of my short videos, it's exactly that. When I talk about the breakout setup, it's exactly that setup, right? When you have some level of structure, price goes down, and eventually, instead of kind of respecting it and go down, price kind of creates a demand zone aligned with this level and it breaks, right? And then price retraces a little bit and leaves the demand behind. A little bit similar to what we have in here, right? It's not going to be the break of these lows that matter at this point. And when price goes up, it's not the break of these lows, it's a break of this level in here. Somewhere aligned with this level, that's what matters. Because usually then price actually can just come down, retest these lows and move higher, just like it did in here. So this is the key level in here that matters. Same way that kind of this is the key level in here that matters. In this case, price it offers a great opportunity to go long. In this case, price starting to offer the opportunity to actually go short after the fake out on the left side, right? So yeah, keep an eye on these ones. Just take a look at the euro as well when it turned yesterday, euro index as well. So if you want to analyze exactly breakouts, how to trade them, the false breakout, right? Just analyze that, identify that demand zone. If it's broken, you are clear to look for a setup, and then of course look where is the next level in order to look for targets. In this case, we even had this strong trend line in here, which can also give a clue or help, right? After being respected quite a few times, we even had this trend line that is almost broken at the same level when you have this demand zone being broken, which is a great sign. Yeah, do you guys like to trade fake outs or breakouts? Do you guys pay attention to those things? It's a key levels that you guys like to look for. So this is something that, yeah, literally, just pay attention to this one. Wait and wait and wait. If this is broken, look for the reversal. Being cautious as well, where maybe it's the next target. Yeah. Now, of course, this as I mentioned last Saturday as well, I think this would be the next destination after we break this level. So we had this demand, so literally already took the orders from this one, already took the orders from this demand, and this will be the next. This will be the next demand, kind of where price is reacting from. I could still see price maybe going a little bit further down, leaving now maybe some space in here that eventually could be retested in the future. Just to look for another short, and now you can use that left shoulder, the high from August, maybe in alignment with something in here that you can use to look for maybe a potential sell, which can maybe create a much larger move, right? For example, if you now have this compression here, maybe price just break below this level, retraces, and maybe somewhere in here you can find a much bigger trade as well. Not even target this level, maybe target already. Wait, what am I doing? Maybe target already, maybe this level, for example. Yeah, we'll see. Right now, it's in terms of the dynamic. Let's see what's going on, right? So, for example, when I'm trading this fake out level, initially I'm not exactly looking straight away for this kind of target. How do I kind of to feel it? There is a potential maybe for price to fill out this range. But there are a few key levels that price still needs to break through. Like for example, this is one of them. My price still needs to break this before showing indication that wants to go down. Price could easily just retest here and now maybe go up. So you can play with it as well. Like you can let price keep telling you where it wants to go next. Yeah, for example, definitely this will be some kind of target. If you want, keep some part of position open. If you manage to actually enter at the extreme, because there's a high probability that price may break a new key level in there, and there's a high probability that price will retrace close to the extreme before maybe making the final move down. Yeah, there's that chance in there. So yeah, just be aware of it. If you don't want to be involved in this deep retrace with the open position in there, try to, I don't know, either just keep a little bit of the position open and try to be ready then to maybe look for another short in there. Yeah, just a few points on that topic. So let's see what the Dow Jones is going to do. We just literally broke the high. Again, not sure if this is the final destination for this one. Price may go a little bit higher. I think we covered that last Saturday. On the weekly time frame, there's maybe a little bit of zone above it, but it's a good sign that price at least has taken this demand level in there. The orders from there, it's a good sign. Yeah, even if price still wants to kind of create a new high, for example, before the major move. Let's see if that happens or not. Let's see which levels keep being broken on the Dow Jones. Yeah, the other indices is DAX. DAX is one that we talked about last Saturday to make the prediction, right? I wanted to see this demand being taken. Again, in this case, it's even before the break of the high, right? In this case, it's to actually trade the double top, kind of. So yeah, maybe somewhere in here could be destination. Let's see. I want to see a little bit of this broken, to see some move to downside. If this was not broken, maybe price could just continue to go higher. I'm curious to see how price is going to behave somewhere in here. We do have this gap created during the weekend. I don't think the gap has been filled yet, so there's a chance for price to still maybe go there. Any targets for now, it will be kind of around these levels. If you do break below that, that may open space to go even further down on the DAX. So yeah, Marius, which assets do you trade? I've seen you before in here, but I don't really remember which assets do you like to trade. Is it Forex, crypto, indices? Oil was an interesting one. So I have been, maybe not in here. Yeah, maybe this one can be. So I've been looking, this is a mess to be honest. How can I select all this? Select it. Maybe a bit, not much. I will show it in the MT4. Because I was looking on oil, I was looking all this time to this low in here. So I wanted to see this low, this particular low. This was one of the final targets before maybe any major move to the upside. These kind of levels that start this compression, there's a little bit of separation between this level and the next one. This almost works as magnetic for price. Price really loves to go and to take this low before even thinking about doing the reversal to the upside. I could still see the potential for price to go a little bit lower, but there's literally this demand zone in there, somewhere in there, that price kind of reacted to. We can take a look at it in a little bit. Regarding the dollar, that's a good point, right? So I've been always mentioning, or I've been saying that I would like to see dollar going a little bit further down, closer to this level. However, at this point, with this fake out in here, and the way price is moving, this was one of the key barriers to see if price kind of holds or not, this supply level in here. It kind of had some kind of reaction today, and now it's going to be a new break of a high, right? So there's a chance that the dollar may actually go a little bit higher at this point. I'm not really enjoying all these highs in here. Yeah, you trade Forex, right? Great. Which pairs do you like to look at? Easily. I could see even I'm not the biggest fan at this point on the dollar index. I could see the scenario price kind of going all the way back to this level. There's even the chance of price eventually doing this. We're going to have some good news events throughout the rest of the week, right? Thursday is going to be PCE, NFP on Friday. Tomorrow it starts to come out some news about the unemployment as well, with the opening jobs and ADP non-farm payrolls. So it's going to be interesting to see. Not the biggest fan of that. Even the euro today, it created so many highs. I could see maybe an extra fake out and then price maybe going down. It looks like the dollar is about to go up. There's a little bit of a zone in there, but it already created this is a good move up, create a new high, price retest, and it's about to create a new high again. So yeah, that can be interesting, and we do have this level still fresh. This retracement was not as deep as it should have been, therefore there's maybe some orders still in here. Question mark is now, where is this high going to react to before reversing? So yeah, let's see this dollar index. Yeah, on the euro index, basically all the fake outs, all the breaks, it happened almost basically at the same time. Actually the euro dollar actually did a little bit first. In this case, finally this euro index if you look back to the left side, price in here didn't really touch the supply level initially, kind of was in between levels, and now yes, now I think it touched a little bit more the clear supply in here, the previous line or the previous high that is in this line in here. It kind of went above the level and it retraced, right? Didn't really touch anything important. I just took the high on the left, and now yes, now price reacted from the supply level, and there's a chance that price can actually break these lows and maybe start going down, which could mean that euro also could go down. I would actually like to see maybe this lows been taken and maybe a new retracement, take out the liquidity from these highs above it, and there's a little bit of a level somewhere in here that price maybe can retest and then maybe drop. That's maybe, I don't know, maybe for the NFP could happen. This is a good approach on the way up. I like the approach. It's already kind of a little bit compressed. We do have this demand zone. Aside from that, basically all of this is almost full compressed. If you break this low, I think you can look for more move to the downside and eventually, hopefully, retest, take these highs, and then drop further down. Maybe all the way until here, for example. That could be a scenario. This is euro index, so maybe euro dollar can do something similar. This is the yen index, which I could see more room to the upside. I think I was already mentioning that. This is a good level where it reacted to, but price only went all the way back just to react from the support resistance that was in there. Actually, this is an IKM level. Price went up, kind of it broke this trend line. So next destination kind of it will be the other one. Price went up, retest this level, and is literally retesting these highs for quite a while. It's a good compression, but I believe we're going to at least have some kind of fake out in there with the potential to go maybe a little bit higher. I don't think this high is going to hold price for that long. I'd like to see price going a little bit higher. So Mario is saying that normally it looks for the majors and GPA pairs. Yeah, okay, more or less what I discussed on the stream. Great. Dollar franc Swiss in 5 minutes. It's interesting structure. But yeah, concerned with the XI highs. Yeah, I'll take a look at the dollar index. Not dollar index, at the dollar franc Swiss actually. Yesterday the lows actually provide a great entry. I don't know if I covered that on the last stream or if it was in another webinar, but it was a great zone to look for longs on the dollar franc Swiss. Today actually there was maybe a good setup to look for sales. Just as a short term, I think price may wants to go higher. But yes. But yeah, I could see dollar franc Swiss going a little bit higher as well. Yeah, this was the yen index. So let's go to the main pairs. Hey, why is this not connected? Properties. Second. Okay, it's connected now. Yeah, dollar franc Swiss, right? Yeah, dollar franc Swiss. Yeah, this was the low. So in this at this demand zone in here, this is actually one of my favorite kind of levels that I like to look for, which is kind of we have the low, price kind of leaves the demand behind and starts moving away, never taking the demand from there, leaving that behind. Then we have a strong move up, and all of a sudden we just go back, take that level, and now we're free to go. Especially, of course, if this high is not reacting from anything on the left side, like in this case, maybe a little bit, but I think the move, the indication to go higher, I think it was already in there. And usually this move, just as I described it, didn't even notice that one, but usually it's in a fast move, right? Price usually goes quite fast down to collect this demand, just to fake out all these lows, and price goes higher, kind of similar like it was in here. In this case, there was actually a really clear demand zone in there, a little bit aligned with these lows as well on the left side. It was actually a nice one. I don't know exactly, I didn't really investigate it in here if there was an entry. I missed the move, I didn't trade it. Yeah, that was yesterday. I didn't really look at it in the moment. But yeah, I forgot to set up the alert because I was aware of these lows and I was aware of this fresh demand. I didn't look at it afterwards. Today, because yeah, today I even talked with someone about potential looking for sell somewhere in here on dollar franc Swiss, but because price literally respected the high, respected these lows, it's a good level to be respected. I don't see any engulf to downside, and usually what I see is the beginning of a new trend. Price didn't even respected this previous supply in there. Price goes up. I was looking for price to go higher, so I was not interested at all in selling here. This was a good level to look for a potential scalp in there, because on the 4-hour time frame, at least the way I was looking at it, price just took this high, which is actually a good level to take. I still believe that price wants to go higher, even maybe somewhere in there. So yeah, for an intraday scalp could be somewhere in here. I think it could have been a good entry all the way until kind of this lows in here, or the test of this level, previous level support resistance with these highs as well. But just a natural level for price to go, retrace to, nice demand zone. And yes, I was looking at this level, but this level in here never really got spiked. But now I'm actually not looking for a sell anymore because I'm aware that price actually is in a bull trend. So yeah, in theory, this could be a good level for me to look for. And now it's frozen. Okay. In here, because I kind of see that it's still fresh a little bit, we just took this high, maybe price reacting from this level, but I would kind of need, again, as you can see, there's no lows being broken on the way up. As I mentioned that I want to see lows being broken on the way up, there's no lows being broken. Let's see even if this one is broken or not. But yes, maybe if price could do something like this could be my trigger to go short. After now price breaking this level, maybe I could look for a short in there. That's what I usually look for, but not in this particular case. I'm aware that price is in a bullish kind of move in here. I don't see any proper lows being taken from here. It actually respected quite nicely this level, so I'm just letting price move and let it go. Let it eventually break this high and move to the upside. Yeah, maybe this level, instead of working as a short, maybe price actually is going to go higher, maybe respect now this level and just continue to go to the upside. Yeah, this is kind of where you understand a little bit the system that you're looking for, or the type of pattern that you're looking for, but you need to read a little bit the bigger picture in terms of filtering when to look for trades, right? And this also is the question of, which is actually a really good question and can go into a good discussion about it, which is what is more important for you, right? Is your entry or your target? It's a good topic to talk about. For me personally, is the target more than the entry. Now, of course, a good entry is always perfect, but what I mean by target is, as you guys know, I look for space. If by any chance, for example, I wanted to sell in here, right? So this was my entry. Price never got there. The price is in there now, right? But so this level is still fresh. So should I look for sales now in here or not, right? So my point of view is, what I look for is there a target that I want to aim for, or where is price coming from, right? For me, price reached the final destination here, and I think price just wants to go higher. So I wanted to look for a sell from here to here, but since price has already reacted from the level, I'm not really interested anymore in selling in here again. This is usually where I was taking a lot of losses. There's now, I could see that maybe the level is still fresh, price never touched it. I was now attempting to look for the sell in here, and all of a sudden price maybe just retrace a little bit and just continues and breaks the high. And I'll start getting frustrated. And I start noticing, yeah, maybe if I don't really get trade the move in the first instance, which is something that I like to do, pay attention to where actually the lows are reacting to. did those broke something? Is there any more space that actually is telling us that prices wants to go down? And what actually is going on the bigger picture of today's session, for example? Yeah, that's usually kind of a few things to pay attention to. That's where it kind of goes a little bit of filtering the trade itself. Yeah, for example, even as you said, paying attention to the correlation of other assets can be another way to give you some clues of filtering out maybe some setups or not. Yeah, that's why I don't trade also just with sell limits in here or whatever, right? I like to see the approach. I like to see how price is approaching. Yeah, overall, I can see the scenario where this one goes a little bit higher and even can take these highs if it wants to. Let's see how deep of a retracement you're going to have in here. But I like the approach eventually, how price is moving. But yeah, you can even see now on 30 minutes, right? We are creating, literally, we had this demand created, we had this massive demand. Some other things that I do also is just zoom out a little bit or go a little bit into higher time frame. You can see it, like, let's not force moves that are not there. And we have this demand zone in here, price goes, retests. Price goes back, kind of starts creating kind of a new demand in here, price goes there, new demand in here, price retraces, touch it. Now we have this new demand with the chance of price kind of touch it and maybe going, right? We have literally a red candle, in this case, salmon candle, 3 bull candles or 2 up, retrace, up, retrace, up. So there's no need to force sales. If you manage to catch straight away this move to downside, and that's usually what I try to do, so I try to see where is any fresh levels on there, if there is an opportunity, but just as a scalp in there. But I need to be able to catch the move initially as price is moving away, not when it's retesting, especially in days like this where prices which are just creating higher highs and not really breaking any lows. Yeah. So let's see what's going to happen on our franc Swiss. But it's alone, right? Like trading, I was actually thinking about it the other day. Trading is not just a game of offense, right? It's not just a game of winning, it's also a game of avoiding losses, of defensive part as well. Like even if you think about as a football game, I think when I was thinking about it, I think I would consider myself a much better defensive player than offensive, on how kind of filtering out some bad moves, which in the end it helps, right? Because if you keep making some kind of wrong trades or entering when there is not exactly that confirmation, you're still giving money away that then you need to win it, you would just recover the losses. But yeah, I think if I was about to, if you're about to team up and looking for defensive managers and offensive managers, I think maybe I'll take maybe a more defensive approach, but with the ability as well to identify some good offensive plays as well. So yeah, that's for the franc Swiss. Yeah. What about you guys? Do you think you're more of an offensive or defensive? Kind of, do you actually manage to catch really good trades, good trades, and make a lot of it, but then giving money back by opening a little bit of less good trades? In that regard, maybe you need to work a little bit more on your defensive game. Not kind of without you said word. The opposite of benefit, right? Without damaging your good offensive game. Yeah, euro dollar. I think this is as clear as water that eventually just create new lows, just move to the downside, but eventually you're going to do this. That's kind of obvious, right? Price eventually is going to take all these highs from here and move down. So it's about being patient at this point on the euro. So the trade that I took on the euro and that I lost, it was in here. This made me upset yesterday, I have to admit it. This one made me, especially because I actually opened 2 trades. I was that confident in looking for the sell, And the reason for that is, yes, we took this high, but it was not just this high that I was looking for on the euro. It was also this level of structuring here, right? So I was looking for price to take this high as well. That's when I was looking, not just this one, but also this one. I'm aware that price actually may have not even retested the supply level in there. Where are we? Where are we? We are here, okay. Yeah, so we took this high as well, something that I was looking for. Yeah, Pedro to offensive, right? Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, but that's something that we need to work on, right? Because then you are always giving kind of money back when afterwards you may see, yeah, I think I could have avoided that trade, or find ways to kind of filter it out some ways without, again, damaging the offensive part. Kind of giving cheap goals. I think that can be something to work on and to improve it. Because maybe and some traders, of course, they will prefer much more to work on the offensive part, right? Try to find better setups, but there's going to be a point where maybe what you may need to work on a little bit to help with a little bit more consistency, or to keep the profit that you make. It's on the other side as well, right? Kind of you need a good defensive team is going to win you the league, but you need a good offensive team to win the matches, right? Kind of that parallelism. So yes, I was looking for the euro to break this high as well, overall, and to test actually from this week. That was the week actually that I was looking for, this little thing in here. Unfortunately, I placed my stop loss still underneath that high, and I literally got stopped out by the pip in here, in there. So I entered one short in here, kind of a second short somewhere in there, and I got stopped out in here. That one hurt me. That hurt me, I mean. I was actually indeed a little bit upset. But yeah, because I saw the break of this low, and I thought that could be the trigger. Could be the trigger. I was aware, again, as I mentioned before, right? When you are looking for the fake out, maybe this could have been the demand that we wanted to see being taken before maybe attempting to look for sales. But in this case, actually, I was that aggressive that for me this was enough, and I'll start looking for sales. Price in this case actually decided, I think I mentioned before, yeah, euro had already made the fake out of those levels on the left side. Dollar index in this case, and that's maybe one of the mistakes I did, dollar index hasn't taken the low at this point. It just took the low when euro actually made this fast move. The euro index, I think it had already broken the highs as well somewhere in here, but the dollar index didn't. I think dollar index only around this level, when around kind of 11:30 UK time, 11:34, and yes, I literally got stopped out in here. It is what it is. But yeah, because it was two trades actually, I was actually looking for a good reversal, at least first target somewhere in here. I did manage to get short another short in here, and that one was okay. Personally, I was not really thinking about seeing how this move down, because as I mentioned, my level of the supply that I was looking for was still fresh, so actually I was mostly targeting this level and maybe seeing a retrace and price going there, and finally then the turn. Yeah, but price just decided to completely turn to the outside. But yes, I managed to catch some of this trade. I'm not that this is not usually a trade that I take that much, but it's something that I'm working on. I definitely prefer to trade at the extreme. This, for example, could have been my entry again, but I didn't in that moment. I waited for price to break a new, after being kind of faked out in there and stopped out. I actually then waited for price to actually break this level before looking for more sales. And yeah, this is a good approach. This is a nice supply, and I got short somewhere in there. Yeah, to the downside. But yeah, I didn't hold it that much. I kind of closed and eventually somewhere in here or whatever. Yeah, today, yes, we have all these highs. Eventually, I have almost no doubt about it. Give it 1 or 2 days and you're going to see maybe euro picking out this level before maybe moving to the downside. Yeah, this one reminds me my euro yen as well, right? And the euro yen topped out trade from, where is it? Is it from there? Is it that one? From here. Where are you? 1 second. This doesn't even show the perspective. From here. That one again. I have two beautiful stop losses trades in these last few weeks. Amazing. Yep. This one I had a better perspective of looking for price to go further down. But yeah, this one made me upset as well. Yeah, euro dollar. Yeah, after that, I think we can see the potential to go all the way back here. So, yep, I would like to see price retracing before even reaching this final destination. With the potential for price maybe even, okay, maybe breaks, goes up. I'll prefer just for price to retrace before that, before reaching this level and even maybe a little bit further down. So we'll see what's going on in here. A little bit compressed all around. We do have a little bit of this demand, but I think price at least going to target this low in here. But yeah, so yep, it's for euro. Pound I think is doing something similar. Yeah, pound did actually something similar now finally to the euro. So we took out this structure, but we didn't really reach the next supply level. The price is kind of in between levels now. It's not exactly, didn't really reach the final destination. We talked about this level last Saturday, and this demand zone. Basically, that's where price almost opened last yesterday. It decided to still take the orders, the final orders from this supply in there, and just dropped. Fantastic. I was even looking a little bit higher as well, but that was apparently enough. Big range and drop. Yeah, potential to go a little bit further down. Yeah, most likely. The end. The Aussie actually today it would have been a great, one of the best entries trades. Yeah, it closed the gap. Again, I was looking a little bit higher. That's why I didn't really attempt to that level. Don't really trade gaps usually, but yes, it was a good reaction. And more important than that, it was the approach toward the level, which was in a great compression. And if you remember what I mentioned all the time, is as price is going up towards a good level, on the way up, just pay attention if there is any lows being broken on the way up. Any lows being broken on the way up. This gives you a great clue. Lows being broken on the way up. Lows, if not broken, almost retested, but actually maybe that one was broken. Another one. Lows being broken on the way up. So indication of where price wants to go next, and this can work as a target towards to the next level. Lows being broken on the way up. I'll keep repeating this sentence. It just gives a amazing clue of what to look next. Yeah, this could have been the trigger. Yep, kind of price kind of takes that level, then still a little bit more to the upside, because at this point price hasn't really even touched this level. It reacts there, and this should have been my trigger. Good compression. You can almost draw a trend line in there after breaking this level, especially after breaking this attempt. Yeah, just look for the short. Yeah, I was not. I think I was in a meeting or something like that when this happened. But yes, again, lows being broken on the way up. That gives a beautiful clue. And this one naturally works as a target, where the target actually is somewhere in here. At least with the potential, of course, to feel to complete with this level all the way back to the lows. But yes, if price doesn't want to go down, price would have gone here. Price would have taken this demand, price will go, price wouldn't break any lows anymore, and price eventually will just break to the upside. There is plenty of examples that you can try to find in order to look for the reversal. If you're planning to sell double tops, double bottoms, or to buy double bottoms. Yeah. Price breaking lows on the way up. Just similar as well to this one. On the end. Yeah, this one was a good one. Another one, right? Another one where we see it completely the approach, eventually a turn. Yeah, let's see pound yen refuse this price in here or not. We do have this demand. All this looks compressed personally, so not really maybe seeing price filling out this price. I think that can be an option. We do have some space in here to fill eventually when you retrace. This can be a good level to look for an entry. But yeah, extreme to extreme, respected. And since we actually never broke this level, if we actually start approaching this low, I'm not sure if I think we're going to see new lows being created because we never managed to break this level. So there's no indication that price wants to go higher. We respected it, and we respected even the second time. And maybe eventually, if you do get there, we have this demand. If price goes below that level, I think we're going to see new lows. What else? Dollar CAD, right? Dollar CAD actually was talking with Pedro. Just look at the monthly candle, right? It looks obvious. Exactly. We're kind of in a doji now. Almost tomorrow. It's the end of the month, right? 30th of November. 30, yeah, 1, 2, yeah, 30th of November. Basically, price just retested the high of this monthly candle and it retraced. So if even sometimes it's just as simple as being aware of where those highs lows are on the bigger picture, and that's it. I was actually all this time, I think you guys know that I was looking for price to go actually a little bit lower, so I didn't really pay attention to that monthly high, and I was wanting the price to go a little bit higher. But yeah, nice move all the way. Personally, I was looking for price to go and create and continue to go higher. Good retracement in there, but I could see a little bit of a spacing here, or at least above this this level in there. And then price can actually still continue to go higher, and maybe let's see until where it goes. Dollar CAD. Yep. Today, good continuation. It was all about continuations today. Again, I not looking for this is where kind of the defensive game or approach could come into, right? Again, if you are a trend continuation trader, just looking for longs should be your option. But if you're looking for sales, this is where maybe you could have avoided a few losses. If you're looking for sales or double tops or whatever, right? Which is, again, pay attention. There's no lows being broken. There's no need to look for sales. We keep an eye as well on the previous level of support resistance or previous levels, or in this case of supply that should have respected price and price breaks it, because those levels can be quite nice to look for trend continuation. And yeah, so as you can see, we had this previous high, price hit review with the news, spiked there, touched it and went up, aligned with this demand. Again, price has this low, this is the new low, price retests this low a few times, price creates this high. Maybe in here now you are tempted to start looking for sales. Just keep an eye, price never breaks this low, never shows indication that wants to go down. Keep reading, hold your breath, that's what I want to say. Hold your breath, don't look for sales yet, let price move away. Let price starts breaking levels before looking for the reverse. So in this case, we start having a good compression, that may be a little bit a different story. Yeah, but there's no way price will retrace before maybe breaking lows. And yeah, I think in this case actually price may have broken that one a little bit. Yeah. So yeah, personally I'm still looking for price to create a new high, kind of fake out all this kind of triple top in there on 1 minute, and eventually go a little bit higher before maybe a move down. So let's see what's going to happen. But this is usually how you can kind of avoid some trades. Just be patient until maybe price gets closer to a key level, or it shows you that actually is about to reverse. Yeah, this is a little bit of work that can be done. It's a defensive part. And yeah, any other questions, guys? Anything else? England is about to start play against who? What are they playing again? Wales. Yeah, England against Wales. Portugal won yesterday, so that's perfect. We are through the group phases, and most likely are going to avoid Brazil, which is perfect. I think, yep, exactly. Yeah, the first, if we finish first, Portugal finish first, which we're going to play Friday, the 16 round is going to be in 1 week from now, right? It's going to be Tuesday at 7 p.m. So most likely there's not going to be any live stream that day. Our focus is going to be on Portugal. Yeah, at 7 p.m. There's no chance I'm going to be a live stream 1 hour before the game. Yeah, I'm going to be already full mode to watch the game. And then so next week, actually next Saturday, I'm going to do again the live stream, the weekly analysis. But the week after that, on the 10th of December, I'm actually not going to do that because I'm going to be in London for that weekend. So maybe there's going to be almost 2 live streams that I'm going to skip. 1 week from now and the Saturday after that. But I'll let you guys know. Next Saturday we're going to talk about that again. But yes, guys, if you don't have any more questions, I'm going to wrap up the I'm going to finish the live stream. I'll do still my trading journal, and yeah, I'll see you guys next Saturday. Enjoy, guys. Have a great weekend, and of course, if you haven't subscribed, please do it. I'm going to start working on creating short clips or highlights from the live stream, so something that I kind of want to do it. Yeah, I'll start doing that. Thank you, guys. See you guys Saturday. Thank you very much. See you next time. Obrigado.